Just a single second of distraction or a split-second decision can completely change what happens next. Let's take a look at some notable moments caught on dashcams today and the safety lessons behind them. Air shows always need to be built around the principle of absolute safety. Overloading a vehicle can seriously reduce your ability to control it. It looks like this truck took on way too many orders to the point where even the brakes wanted to quit. Placing a load too far behind the trailer. Axle can reduce the weight on the cab, causing trailer sway to happen much sooner.
Jesus Christ.
Construction zones in Texas need early warning signs, reflectors, and clear lane change guides helping drivers avoid unexpected accidents. The incident might involve a blind spot or the truck driver simply not seeing the Mazda up ahead, but the exact cause still needs to be confirmed. The stunt was probably planned to grab attention, but the result proves that physics is always the toughest critic. In a situation like this, keeping a safe distance and keeping an eye on the car ahead prevented a sudden accident. Aside from having car insurance, drivers also need to stay safety conscious. According to those involved, the insurance company has taken responsibility for the damages. This moment is both sudden and hard to believe as a peaceful afternoon nap gets interrupted in a way nobody expected.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
This dashcam footage from New York shows how high speeds and distracted driving can send things spiraling out of control in just a second. The gap next to a truck might look wide enough sometimes, but in reality, it's not always ready to welcome another car. Here is a moment in the Bella Vista area of Saltillo. What do you think is more concerning here, the speed of the bus or the way the speed bump warnings are set up? Thankfully, no one was hurt, but this situation shows how an unstable approach can quickly turn into an off-runway incident.
Crap. That kind of blows.
Whoa, dickhead!
Is that right in front of the Bermondsey subway station? Luckily, nothing bad happened. This moment in Nakhon Sawan province. Thailand makes viewers both hold their breath and try not to laugh because before the apology was even finished, another incident happened. Before opening a car door, passengers should check their mirrors, look at their blind spots, and open the door slowly to avoid putting others in danger. This is a reminder that on high-speed roads, just 1 second of not paying attention can cause a chain reaction for everyone behind you. The driver of the black car braked to let the other car turn, but it seems the vehicles behind them didn't notice the situation changing in time. Who do you think should take the main responsibility here? The distracted driver or the team managing the power lines and warning signs? How would you rate this driver on a scale of 1 to 10 for their observation and handling skills? Share your thoughts. Authorities are looking into adding more warning signs for slippery road sections to help prevent similar incidents. This situation in Gastonia, North Carolina, shows how a reckless passing decision can put both the car and everyone around it in danger in just 1 second. The road suddenly caved in during heavy rain in Ankara, causing a moving car to drop right into the hole. Luckily, bystanders were there to help the girl get out. Don't miss this next part. Sometimes the best moment is just a few seconds away. This incident also reminds trailing vehicles to keep their distance. A disabled car can create a very sudden obstacle. What do you think makes people lower their guard the most in this situation? Is it because the tractor looks so sturdy, or because the water doesn't look that deep? The coordination between Peachtree City, Police Coweta County, Georgia State Patrol, and Tyrone forces was key to ending the pursuit safely. Saying the employee isn't responsible if the boss is driving sounds nice and easy. But gravity has never given anyone a free pass. Keep watching and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next notable moments. The solar panel was lifted high up to catch the sun, but this time it decided to return to the ground a lot faster than planned. The driver might have been a bit too confident in his own muscles, thinking he could just lift a railroad crossing gate with his bare hands like a superhero. It seems like this tanker truck got tired of waiting around in one spot and decided to roll forward on its own to do a little exploring. Seeing the motorcycle rider suddenly tumble onto the road after slamming on the brakes really catches you by surprise. The job requires high technique and skill, but once you've got the experience, everything gets a lot easier. Authorities should look into using camera-based highway toll systems. It would help avoid these kinds of toll evasion incidents. With a heavy load, logging trucks need a longer braking distance. That makes it even more important for the driver to look ahead and slow down early. The girl's carefree attitude makes viewers anxious for her. If that ceiling fan actually fell, what would we even do?
Ty krávo. Čo to je za magora? Ja za ním pojedu snad až dolu.
Unbelievable things usually happen when no one expects them. So let's wait and see what the camera caught next.
I don't know what the fuck's...
That trash can is doing 65 miles per hour on the highway like it's late for garbage day. Thankfully, the situation just stopped at some clunky driving without leading to an actual collision. The student driver in this car probably just got tested on a real-life scenario that's a lot more intense than anything in the instructor's manual. This is the first time I've seen a gravel truck's brakes fail. It just kept barreling right through the whole intersection. For heavy trucks, checking the brakes before every trip, especially on hilly roads, is a safety step you can't ignore. He was still busy arguing about who was wrong when the car in front of him answered the question on its own. How many points out of 10 would you give the driver for their emergency braking reflexes here?
She's spinning round.
I know. That is literally the one.
A waterspout off the coast of Corfu created a swirling effect on the water, making the scene look both strange and incredibly powerful. A flash flood hit Hebei, China on the evening of July 12, 2026. In a flash flood, water can rise faster than expected. So getting out of low-lying areas and heading to higher ground needs to happen as soon as possible. During a blizzard in Kostanay province, Kazakhstan, people should avoid going outside. Keep warm clothes ready and share their travel plans clearly if they absolutely have to drive. A camera in Marina di Montemarciano caught the moment the train just made it out of the frame. Meanwhile, the camera itself seemed to clock out right as the weather started getting angry.
Mưa gió tan quang hết trơn luôn rồi nè mấy anh chị, mời cả nhà mình cùng theo dõi ha.
Protecting nature today is exactly how we help reduce the impact of extreme weather in the future.
Sau khi càn quét Philippines, con quái thú tiếp tục xóa đòn vào xứ thủy dân, khiến ai nấy đều dùng mình.
Hiện tại, các tỉnh phía Nam Trung Quốc đang oằn mình gánh chịu hậu quả nặng nề, lốc xoáy.
Yeah, Dallas, you're saying, wow, I see you looking at it. The video showing one crossing interstate power lines. Severe thunderstorms and tornadoes are hitting several communities.
A large tornado moving quickly through southeast Texas made conditions on Interstate 10 very unsafe. The violent waves at Rainey's Fiara Beach made even a regular tour guide admit that he had never seen the conditions look this harsh. It's important to check the ground surface, the safe distance, and the load capacity before moving an excavator into position. When you see a lightning storm offshore, do you get out of the water right away or wait a bit to watch it? According to initial reports, volcanic ash hasn't reached the edge of the Leon Valley yet. I've been assured by other officials that the ash doesn't pose a danger to residents. Where is this? I thought it was the Dutch post. Is that how they normally deliver packages? Justin Drake risked it all by rushing into the center of Hurricane Irma to bring back important data. Drake said it was so strong that it kept me from standing up straight. A landslide believed to be caused by heavy ongoing rain sent massive rocks crashing down onto moving vehicles. The crane is working way too close to the power lines, and just a tiny mistake in distance could make this a very risky situation. Before working near a wall under construction, the area needs to be reinforced, roped off, and kept clear of people in case of a collapse. As we get closer to the end, the moments get even harder to predict. And who knows, the most impressive scene might not have even shown up yet. This 5G tower. 5G tower didn't even get to broadcast its first signal before sending out a very clear warning to the whole construction site. The photo might not have turned out any better, but this sprint is definitely something the woman will remember for a long time. Do you think insurance would cover this unexpected incident? With large vehicles, drivers need a lot more space to brake, so people around them shouldn't suddenly cut across their path.
കൂത്തുപറമ്പ് പുറക്കളത്ത് ഇരുചക്രവാഹന ഷോറൂമിന് നേരെ കാട്ടുപോത്തിന്റെ ആക്രമണം.
When wild animals wander into neighborhoods or businesses, people should quickly get inside a sturdy building and call animal control. Unbelievable situations usually happen before anyone has time to prepare. So let's see what the camera recorded next. Luckily, no one was hurt. The owner of the cow also paid for the dining equipment that was damaged in the incident. Clicking subscribe only takes a few seconds, but it helps make sure you don't miss these rare moments caught on camera.
Right there, wow. Holy crap. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if I got that on the GoPro. But I got on the fire ass.
This is probably a rare time a skier didn't need an instructor to automatically hit top speed. The video shows the cow looking scared and anxious while the driver just stares right back at it.
Jumps fences.
During the fall mating season, moose see rivals everywhere. They'll even pick a fight with a car. Let's spread the message of loving animals and protecting the environment, because every positive action makes a difference. To lower the risks, specialized teams often dig or widen spillways to drop the water level in the lake. This relieves pressure on the dam and reduces the chance of a breach. If these moments took you by surprise, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on even more unbelievable things in our next videos. In a situation like this, the top priority is keeping your distance, avoiding sudden moves, and letting the professionals handle it.
Ilimsafirisha kutoka sehemu moja kwenda nyingine. Sasa kazi ya uhifadhi jenga roli mara mbili mara tatu.
The truck probably didn't expect this pickup run to end in such a dramatic standoff.
Walinde na kuwahifadhi wanyama wetu.
Moving wild animals always requires an escape route, a backup plan, and careful preparation for any sudden reactions. Sir, you can't park there. A motorcycle gets tossed high into the air in a totally unexpected situation. If a truck loses its brakes in a residential area, do you think the driver should prioritize finding an escape route or try to use an obstacle to slow down? A car blows a tire and goes flying straight into a house, just like an action movie. According to the information we have, the incident involves the water tank's counterweight, but the exact technical cause still needs to be checked out. The camera didn't miss a single movement, but the explanation for this situation still seems to be a big question mark. What details do you think we need to look at closer in this video before assigning blame, the speed, the turn signals, or the position of the vehicles? In situations like this, do you think drivers should prioritize keeping their distance from the tow truck or slowing down and waiting for a wider road before passing? In a scenario like this, it's really important to quickly get away from the fire source and shut off the gas valve if you can. This sightseeing flight ended a little differently than planned, but at least the tree helped bring the hot air balloon to a stop. According to the store owner, there were strong wind gusts at the time, but no rain. Meanwhile, the tree's roots had completely ripped out of the ground when it fell. A car's dashcam catches the exact moment a cement mixer's rear tire suddenly blows out.
A motorist in a classic-style car is lucky to be alive after video captures him smashing into the back of another.
Over in Khabarovsk, one-lane change kicked off a chain reaction of collisions, dragging multiple cars going both directions into the mess. Great job by the driver. Next time he changes lanes, he'll probably think twice about flipping his car. This is definitely not the right time to stand around checking if your phone is recording at the right angle. Two historic ships meet each other at a much closer distance than the original tour plan allowed. It's exactly that sudden and unexplained nature that makes this clip such a memorable moment. Luckily, the girl wasn't hurt. Always keep a close eye out and maintain a safe distance when you're in traffic. Over in Shawano, the package hadn't been delivered yet, but Mother Nature almost dropped off a delivery that nobody ordered. Local media confirmed that bus route 100 strayed off its usual path and crashed into a bridge with a 3.5-meter height limit.
Is that Kia? There's not that in there.
The driver was probably planning to teach someone a lesson, but the police showed up with a lesson plan of their own. After heavy ongoing rain, if you notice fences, gates, or the ground starting to crack, lean, or sink, you should leave the area quickly and report it so authorities can check it out. I hope the woman who saved her tent at Broadhaven Beach earlier gets to see this. On the Monash freeway, a pickup truck stopped so suddenly that the entire road behind it had to take an unannounced reflex test. Construction sites right next to the street need to constantly check their scaffolding safety nets and how materials are tied down, especially when it's windy or the weather changes. What do you think is the most confusing and suspenseful detail in this video? Police are currently investigating the incident. There's no info yet on what caused the crash or the condition of the driver in the white car. The supervisor on the left did a great job handling the incident. Not a single drop of coffee was spilled. When hitting an icy road, do you think drivers should focus on slowing way down, leaving more space, or just pulling over and stopping completely? In a case like this, bystanders should keep their distance, warn other cars, and call the authorities instead of trying to get close to the scene.
Comes up the wrong ramp. Right onto the freeway.
For seniors, having regular checks on their driving skills and overall health can really help lower the risk of unexpected incidents. I was pretty startled myself. Thankfully, he managed to get out of the car right before the incident happened. She might have just used up all her luck for 2026 on this one moment.
Có sao không hả ông anh? Thôi thế là mừng rồi.
What do you think caused this incident? The foundation for placing beams needs to handle weight evenly without any uneven settling. At the same time, the contractors and construction gear need to meet all safety certification standards. Two semi-trucks collided after the front tire. On one of them, suddenly blew out, flipping the whole situation upside down in just a second. Before merging, always check your mirrors, your blind spots, and the speed of traffic. At the same time, cars already on the main road should keep a steady speed to give themselves more time to react. A small truck narrowly missed an oncoming train in Virginia in an incident being described as a miracle. Luckily, no one was hurt in that incident, but the property damage to the cars and the power grid was pretty extensive. This chain reaction of crashes shows that a driver might have very little time to regain control of their car. Hit that subscribe button and ride along with us, because the cameras out there are still catching countless things that nobody could ever predict. This moment reminds everyone to always keep an eye on the car ahead and the vehicles all around you. He wanted to save a few minutes on his way to work, but instead he ended up creating an excuse for being late that's a lot harder to explain. These power lines clearly didn't get the memo that their shift was over.
More deaths from the control arm.
When you spot a vehicle driving erratically, slow down, keep your distance and avoid trying to pass or driving right next to them for too long.
UK government and welcome trust.
Curves or downhill roads always require better speed control from the driver, especially when visibility and traction start to change. Don't click away just yet, because every clip coming up brings its own unique story and surprise.
เดี๋ยวชายจอดก่อนครับจอดก่อน
During high-speed pursuits, everyday drivers should slow down, keep their distance, and quickly pull over to make way for law enforcement. Let's preserve a green world for future generations with practical actions today. Our next video still has plenty more waiting for you to discover.
Wow! Now you saw it right. It just moved the transfer.
A semi-truck crashed into a pole by the side of the road, creating a moment that left bystanders scratching their heads. Only a Volvo will floor it after going off the road. Giant hail the size of baseballs, or even bigger, is falling on the northeast side of Story City, Iowa. What do you think? When you see a car swerving erratically up ahead, should you slow down and hang back, or look for a safe chance to pass?
Other jobs out there besides banking that you can make similar amounts of money and you're not pulling your hair out?
About work-life balance.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A reckoning in finance that...
Just a quick cut can open up a completely different scene. A new idea from the wheels. Luckily, the bison stopped, so nobody got hurt. He can just be glad that prices haven't skyrocketed. In the end, she managed to escape, leaving the dog behind with a boot in its mouth. For incidents involving illegal street racing that cause multi-car pileups, how strict do you think the punishment should be? Thankfully, the workers were on break, so no one was standing in the affected area when the incident happened. A driver wakes up his boss during an afternoon nap. His dashcam caught a car hitting a puddle in Texas, losing control and smashing into the barrier. According to reports, the driver walked away without any injuries. They both saw a green light, but it seems only one of them fully understood the terms and conditions attached to it. In a situation where a car next to you starts drifting into your lane, do you think it's better to hit the brakes right away or try to change lanes when it's safe? A large tree branch fell onto the sidewalk, narrowly missing a woman who was walking by. What do you think makes some drivers still try to cross the tracks, even when the road closed signs are up? The truck wanted to save a few seconds by ignoring the height warning sign, but the bridge helped it save its entire roof instead. Just one poorly timed stop forced the whole line of cars behind it into an emergency meeting right in the middle of the road. A high-value vehicle really needs to be handled with care. Trying to push it just a few more feet can sometimes lead to a much bigger repair bill. Events with bulls need clear escape routes, sturdy fences, and a safe distance to cut down the risks when an animal wanders off its planned path. The police officer saying, "You can run, but you can't hide," is short, but it's enough to show that this chase is pretty much over. Even though the entire windshield was shattered, luckily nobody was hurt. This moment is a reminder that on the highway, keeping your distance and always looking far ahead can give you a few precious seconds to handle a sudden emergency. The car suddenly blew a tire and lost control, creating a true close call moment. One detail to note is that the side air vents didn't let any water in, which protected the mid-mounted 6.2-liter V8 engine. The video shows that the car's hazard lights weren't on, but it's still unclear if the driver had the time or ability to turn them on after the crash. Miraculously, the driver wasn't hurt, and the motorcyclist only walked away with minor injuries. Both cars seemed to want to go first, but the intersection didn't hand the victory to either of them. This moment shows that in motorsports, being able to control the car after a mishap is just as important as hitting top speeds. With a large, heavy vehicle, just one sudden jerk of the steering wheel can make the whole thing unstable in a split second. When driving in thick fog, you should slow down, turn on the right lights, increase your following distance, and pay extra attention to construction zones.
Oh my God.
Traffic was already busy enough today, but this truck tangled things up like it was trying to complete 3 accidents all at once. The moment a young woman steps out of her car with her dog. Just seconds later, she steps on a manhole cover reportedly made of wood because the old one was stolen. Going to the supermarket to buy groceries, who would have thought you'd get an unexpected bonus collision thrown in? Steering a bit too hard made the car's path difficult to control, quickly leading to a crash. The car suddenly swerved across multiple lanes, leaving the vehicles around it with almost no time to react. Let's let these beautiful animal moments be captured strictly through the magic of nature rather than through hazards created by humans. It looks like the tractor decided to clock out before the driver even did. In Russia, an out-of-control truck came barreling in, stopping just inches away from the camera's car.
Слушай, чудом.
This moment reminds us that even when you're stopped at a red light, you should still check your mirrors and leave an escape gap if you can.
No more pushing the old man, his battery died. Shout out to the young them. Shout out to the young kids, bro.
These boys teamed up to push a man's electric wheelchair through the freezing cold. When driving down a mountain pass, drivers need to keep a proper speed, maintain a safe distance, and avoid tailgating the car ahead. Quick reflexes from these drivers help them dodge in time, keeping them out of a sudden pileup. Even though the driver called 911 to report the hazard, the nearby train couldn't get the warning in time to stop. Parking once wasn't hard enough, so this SUV decided to try both reverse and drive in the very same performance. The car suddenly veered right into the path of a semi-truck loaded with logs, creating a scenario that leaves viewers totally confused. The police officers were standing outside the crashed vehicles at the time, and luckily, they weren't hurt. The scene gets compared to a bowling alley, but on the highway, nobody wants to be the pins in front of a rolling truck. This moment shows that even when you're standing on the sidewalk or waiting at a bus stop, you should still keep an eye on oncoming traffic if you can. When driving behind a truck carrying heavy materials, you should leave a larger gap than usual and avoid tailgating for long stretches.
Oh my God. Oh my.
The semi-truck looked like it was pushed sideways by an invisible hand, then tossed right off the road down in Texas.
Yeah, girlfriend and I do it. Have a couple friends we meet up with every other Saturday.
Oh, came down on the blade. Oh my God.
Over in Texas, Because it was hauling a long, bulky wind turbine blade, the truck couldn't clear the railroad tracks safely in time.
Oh my God.
The footage shows the car failing to stop as expected, but there's no confirmed information yet on whether it was pedal confusion, a technical failure, or something else. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the responsibility for tying down those boards before hitting the road needs to be looked at closely. Near the Huaiyang checkpoint in Prachuap Khan province, a truck with the license plate 7029 was reportedly involved in a crash.
She's an idiot. She's left the car in gear.
Давай, три водила ржут, аплодисменты водителю.
See those other ones that are wearing colors? Yeah. They're going right past. And it happened.
In this dramatic video recorded on Interstate 495, motorcycle riders are reminded to keep a safe distance so they can dodge sudden hazards in time. Both cars seemed to think the other guy was going to yield first, and as a result, neither of them did. With a heavy cargo truck, checking the load and stability before heading out is a responsibility you just can't skip. What do you think was the biggest factor in this situation? Was it the high speed or the lane change without enough space? Every act to protect the environment helps create a safer and more sustainable Earth. The sky looks absolutely flawless, like something straight out of Stranger Things. These stunning Asperitas clouds were spotted at sunset over Santa Cruz, California. It was a learning experience. The driver pitched in to help tow a vehicle out of the quicksand on the beach. Let's raise awareness about stopping and yielding at intersections when an ambulance is approaching. In the middle of incredibly tough weather conditions, from Kennewick, Washington, to the Gironde 800 firefighters and rescue teams held their ground, putting people's safety first. Real-life heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they just need a turnout gear, a fire hose, and a spirit that refuses to back down.